I hope you all are doing good and great. So today's session is all about growth. Now, you are in an organization that is totally believe on creation, right? And having said that, and this is the first session of this year, so I chose to grow along with you for your productivity, for your prosperity, and for abundance, right? And most importantly, this organization has been doing this for the last 16 years. No, it's not no more 15, right? We are in the 16th year. And the entire credit goes to the people who have sown the seed in 2010. So now we are in 2026 and helping people across 8 nations. So that is a remarkable achievement. And I know very strongly that each one of you who are listening to me have the urge and the hunger to grow and to make it something bigger and better, right? So the first thing you need to remember when it comes in terms of growth is the turnover, because you're in a business, right? And you are a businessman or a businesswoman, or in other terms, you're an entrepreneur. So your base is to grow, to make a turnover, right? And the turnover is always something very significant, because with that, the paycheck comes, with that, the rank comes, with that, the reward comes. And you are here not to become one, two, three, four, five, six diamond, but you are here to become universal crown. And the day you joined, all are in your name, right? Maybe you have started your journey as a diamond, then you move on to one diamond, two diamond, three diamond, and so on and so forth. And there are a lot of people who are still climbing the ladder. But whatever the case, your ultimate destination is universal crown, and that is a fact given by the organization to each one of you for partnering with it and for having a significant life, right? So your weekly target. Now, this is very important, right? A lot of people, they don't focus on the weekly target. They focus, rather, I should say, they're very much confused regarding the target setting. And if each one of you really give a very strong look into that achievement of yours, what you will come to a conclusion that there need to be a target to achieve, right? And instead of going into the yearly or monthly or whatever, it's better that you go on the weekly basis, because the paycheck is also on the weekly basis, right? So keeping that in mind, since every cycle of this organization closes every Wednesday, so you should also be focusing what your next target for that particular cycle. Now, this business is all about helping people to live a better life. Now, you have to select, you have the honor and privilege to select people whom you really want to make their life better. And this is exactly what you need to do while setting the target for the next cycle. Now, tomorrow is a closing. It's better you start from today, right? So that if you understand today, from hereafter, every closing, you will be having a relevant certificate right, oh sorry, a relevant target right in front of you, which you really need to achieve. And to do that, you just need to help people. And that is so much easy and so much smooth for every IBA to do, irrespective of whichever rank you are holding as of now. You may be diamond, you may be one diamond, you may be two diamond, three, four, five, six, seven, GD and beyond. But your job, my job, and our job is to help people to live a better life. As simple as that. So let's make it very simple and let's make it very achievable, right? So your job is just to focus on helping 6 people on weekly basis to achieve their one dimension. That's it. And let that get duplicates. Because people are in pain, people are with challenges, people are with struggle. Now you have the solution. You have the solution through products, you have the solution through the marketing plan. And when you provide both health and wealth, you are doing something good for the people who really want to get associated with you or whom you really want to be with. So your focus, your target, your work, your ethics should say, let me choose six to live a life they are looking forward to. And let this process get duplicated. And if done, just imagine, you all know the calculation, right? Like a diamond, one diamond means what? 100 PV. So when you are helping six people to achieve that, your turnover is 600. Now, if that gets duplicated, and with duplication comes the expansion, with expansion comes the growth. So as a result, what will happen? Just imagine a day when 100 people in your organization are exactly doing that, helping six people achieve one diamond. What will be your turnover in that particular given week? Just think about it. People always say and get confused from where the PV will come. People sometimes they exactly don't know what to do so that they can achieve that PV, which will change their rank, which will bring in the paycheck, which will help them to achieve their rewards. But here we are, choosing only six people in having a better life, and in that process, we are changing our life as well. So if we can do the duplication perfectly, if we can understand that, and we can just make other people also understand in the team, things will be something different. It will be something marvelous, and it will be something exciting. So this should always go with you. A lot of time, people get confused that how many time or how many months or how many years you need to become GD. Now you already are in the process of having a lot of workshop on going GDs. I'm very much happy for that. But let's simplify it. Instead of focusing on the amount of PV you need to match, it all starts with the first step. And the first step is just to help people. And you don't have to help 100 people. You just need to focus on six. And let that get ripples. Let that get multiplied. Let that get into duplication process. And in the process, as I said, if you can do that perfectly, then your every week turnover will always impress you and it will always excite you. Okay, so this is the first thing you really need to understand when we talk of growth. Growth is always relevant with the turnover because you are in a business. In any given business, the turnover is much more important. And with that comes the profit and loss. But here you have nothing to lose. This is a good part of this Oriens business. But you are always on a verge of having something good, better, and in fact, the best. And it's all start again with helping people. That should be your attitude. That should be your mentality. And that should exactly where into focus and you need to really work. It's only then you will have that the exact picture that you're framing in your mind and you desperately want to hold it in your hand. Okay, then always plan with your active plan. So much important. A GD can help you to make a plan of becoming a GD. A seven diamond can help you with a plan to go and make you a seven diamond. But your neighbors who are not in this business, they won't. Your friends who are not in this business, they won't. Even your relatives who are not in this business, they won't. It might sound hard, but this is the fact, and you have to understand that. So if you really want to have that impactful career or impactful business, and you really want to escalate in this business, the first and foremost is active applying. Sit with that person, make a concrete plan that I understood what my weekly target to be. that is helping six people out, and to make that process go duplication. Now, if I'm putting that into duplication process, then what will happen? I need a game plan. And the best person to help you in that is your active upline, right? And planning should always be done on the regular basis, right? And that and with the plan and strategy that you make with your upline, and with the target that you set, you become more focused. Nothing will disturb you, nothing will take anything out of you, because you know exactly where you're heading. You know exactly which target you really want to achieve. And you also know how to help your team achieve their target, because now you have a game plan. You have understood the target to achieve on every weekend. But the baseline is, it's not understanding, it's not knowledge alone, but it's the action part. You have to take it. Okay. So always remember, active upline is much, 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 much more important, because he or she is always much more interested in your growth than anybody else on this planet. And that's the reason he has been technically termed to be your active upline. Not that upline who's sleeping, not that upline who's making excuses, not that upline who's showing up, not that upline that who failed to take the leadership, but an upline who's very active, doing every single thing that needed to grow and get associated with that person. Whether it's he, whether it's she, doesn't matter. All matter is your security, your target, your purpose, your team, and the growth. Okay. Next, work together, but nothing more. It's always very much helpful to work in a team to make the exponential growth in your business. In whichever region you belong to, from whichever country you are up to, it really doesn't matter. It's all about teamwork. And that is only the working together. No discussion, no planning of yours with them. And who are they? They are your downline and your crossline. The crossline are also said to be the holy line. You know why? Because they always come together for a collective goal to achieve. That's very helpful. And for that reason, you need your holy line, you need your crossline, you need your team. But don't make those mistakes where a lot of people do that. They try to discuss everything, their challenges, their pain, the struggle, with the downline or with the crossline. No, that should be done with the active upline, not with them. Doing that with your downline or your crossline, you are just holding your growth process. So you are here not to, get smaller and smaller. You are here to get into the expansion. You are here to create something new based on the reality you are in as of today. So you need to work with a team. You need to work with the holy line or the cross line, but nothing more. Okay. The next, develop one leader in every location. Now you may be having a multiple locations business. I don't know the exact fact and figure of your business, but you might be having. And to every location you have, it need not be from one city to another, but maybe within the city, in different locations, you might be having your team. Try to build one leader in that team. In every location, if you have developed a leader, your job is almost done. You know why? Because even if you are not there, you exactly know that your business is growing. Why? Because you have a leader out there. Hmm. And how you develop leader? By providing knowledge. by providing the game plan. So give the knowledge of this organization, its history, its significance, products, the backbone of it. You know much better than me, right? Because you are on the field, you've been dealing with a lot of people, you have a lot of testimonials. So speak about that. The movement of the product will totally based on story, not on the fact and figure. People are not interested in that. People are interested in story. In a lot of training, like I know a lot of people who sit in the morning every Thursday, 5:45 of CEO training, and he speaks all about providing solution rather than making more of giving more of information about the product. So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't say anything about the product. Of course, yes. But the product will not be sold in that way. The product will always go with the story, with emotions. That is a human psychology. And same with the marketing plan. The plan should be very simple and very short. It shouldn't be more than 15 minutes. I come across a lot of leaders who make a plan presentation of 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, which make the other person believe strongly that in order to build this business, this much time I have to devote to a person. It's a wrong duplication. As a result, what happened? The growth stopped. So don't make those mistakes. Make your plan go very smooth. Initially, when you speak to the prospect know nothing about the 9 ways of income, not the product. Whatever you will say, they will understand. So tell him up to the point where that person can take it easily and carry it back to the home. So all this calculation will not settle on day one, no matter how much knowledgeable you are and how much knowledge you are giving to that person, to your prospect or to your customer. But what they will carry is the story that you shared with that person, which is much relevant to that person's reality. You're telling and sharing story of their pain. It's called the feel felt found method. And then you need to make your leaders or your team be knowledgeable on the oxygen training solution. It's not a logo or a name or a website. It's a thought. It's a movement that will help each and every one of you go up to the point where you really want to be, and then allow them to grow. Don't minimize them with a thought like, okay, you can't do this, you can do this. No, everybody can do, provided you give them or you pass on them the leadership of doing that, taking the responsibility, making them accountable of their own business. That way, what will happen? They will become more confident. Make them to lead the team. So in this process, if you have a leader on every location, if you have more than one leader, it's good for you. The more your leadership you create, the more better is for you. But at least you should have one leader in every location where you have your business, because you can't visit all the location at the same time. But without you, that is minus you are very much sure that what exactly is going there. You are very much sure that one-on-one is been happening. Home meeting is happening. OBM is happening. Product training is happening. And if that goes on and on and on process, the only thing that will follow you blindly, that will follow you with full respect, that will follow you without, without stopping for a second, is growth. I hope you people are understanding, right? Then learn and teach the four basics. Now, these four basics, a lot of time people do understand, they know it by heart, but they are not aware of it. This is exactly what I feel. It's not like the people don't know. I won't go into that, right? But people are not aware of that. They don't exactly do, the process which need to be done when it comes into the four basics. They simply say or try to make people understand without them doing it in practical. Now, say for example, list. Whether you have the prospect list or you have the dream list, it should be in writing. I don't know how many of you have, but if you don't, you should have one. And the writing should be very descriptive, defined. Like in a lot of training, I already spoke about it in four basics, that should be your dream, not anybody else's dream, number one, and that should be written in full. Like it's whatever you want. You're drawing that picture through words and paste it in a place where you use the most. Maybe in front of your bed, or maybe on the refrigerator, your refrigerator, or maybe on mirror. This is a place where maximum people use. Why? Because the moment you see, you are creating that energy inside your body, inside the soul that you carry, and you're directing your mind to work for it. Law of attraction. I think you have heard about it. You must be read a lot of articles, or you must have seen or heard a lot of videos about it. But law of attraction doesn't work for everybody. Why? Because knowing is something different, and getting aware of that is something different. When you are aware of something, you exactly do how the things should be done. And if you're not aware of it, you just know it, you understood it, you will just minus the other part. And that exactly where everything stops. As I always give an example, like people randomly say, I need money, I need money, I need money. Okay, fine, that's good. You need money, that's positive. It's not negative. But your brain is totally confused. You have confused your brain. Your brain doesn't know how much money you need. Your brain only know you need money. So until or unless your brain doesn't know how much, the specific one, your brain won't work for that. The universe is always in a mode of giving more than you can ask for. But you have to ask in a precise way. Your prospect list should not be in your head. There are a lot of people they carry. I know all the people. I can easily. No, it's not like that. There is always a systematic process of doing things. It's not like suddenly one day you find that it's night for 2 days, and then it became day for one day, and again became night. No, it's not like that. It's a day and night. There's a nature, a systematic process. You cannot define that. And the weather changes. It's a systematic process. Your growth is also relied on the systematic process. So prospect list is something that you need to write of all the people you know, and the process should go on consistent basis. Like you have shown somebody the plan, you minus it, you cut that name, and then you add two names on consistent. This is exactly the cyclic process you need to do, and that is exactly where the things start actually. And people don't do that. Why? Lack of awareness. Because I strongly believe there is no individual on this planet who is stupid. And I strongly believe that there is no individual human on this planet who doesn't want to have a better life. The problem is not that. The problem is they don't want to get aware of the fact. They don't want to go that deeper. They think, okay, fine, fine, fine. You want paycheck, you want rank, you want money, you want abundance, you want everything that is inside going in your mind. But if you are not working for it, if you are not aware of the fact of what exactly you want, then there will be least chance of having those things. So whenever you come into this business, you need to be on a very serious note that, okay, I learned it. So why shall I not try the way it should be? Try it once. You have not tried for so many years, and the result is your reality. If you want to change the reality, you need to change something. And that something is called your awareness, where you need to do exactly how the things should be done, not the way you think it should be done. You think, I think, I always say that we live with a logic. And at sometimes, the logic is so bad that it pulls us back and we are not aware of it. It's our own logic, it's our own thought, it's our own thing, something, right? Own energy. People say, now I'm teaching people how to break the barrier of going GD in 6 months. Is it possible? 100% possible. Then where is the problem? The problem is one, that systematic step, two, consistency you need to do on the regular basis, and three, need to aware of the fact why you want to be GD. It's only then you will do. Because when I speak, people say, now I understood. This is so good. This is so easy. It's not about being easy. Everything is easy. There is nothing called tough. Everything is easy. It becomes tough. It becomes irrelevant for us when we think it's not working. And why it's not working, we don't even go into that. We simply come into a conclusion, no, this is not working for me. I don't think it will work for me. If it is working for X, it will also work for Y. And that is exactly how the nature works, how the universe works. When the entire planet is in the systematic process, nobody is going upside down. Everybody is rotating around the sun in the same process. So there is a system. Understand. Then invite. It should always be invite, not plan presentation. Maybe invitation over phone, maybe you're going in a person, invitation with curiosity. Plan again, then 15 minutes. Short plan. Feel good factor. The person who is sitting opposite, who know nothing, you told him the plan, he understood 1%, but still he will be very happy. You know why? Because he will say, okay, he said or she said that he or she will take only 15 minutes, and here they took 15 minutes. That means highly professional, highly disciplined, and very serious about the career. That make them to help them to make the decision, and then follow up and follow through. You should be following up on regular basis. Follow up is so much important. Follow up is basically follow up. If I say on the nutshell, it's just helping the person to make the decision, whether it's a prospect or it's a customer. And follow through is, it's not like going after that person. If follow through means what? You are just checking and rechecking. Why? Because you want that person to grow. That energy should go from your body. That will give them enough energy, enough confidence, enough motivation that yes, I can do it no matter what. That is exactly how things should be, you know. And if you can duplicate that, uncertainty and stress, it's a man-made thing. You will be out of it, nowhere near to it. Why? Because everything will be now beautiful for you, because it has got the right duplication. And it's all start with 4 basics: the target that you have set for weekly, planning with the active upline. These are all in the systematic process. And try to understand. It's not like I want growth. Everybody wants growth. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants car. Everybody wants luxury life. Everybody wants whatever, like flying first class. All things everybody wants, but it's only a handful of people who are enjoying that. What is the difference? Awareness. Awareness, right? Importance of toolkit. Every now and then I see a lot of people, they go there empty-handed, and to the prospect they say, show, give me a pen and paper, I will show you something beautiful. And then taking pen and paper from the prospect, showing them the plan that will make you go multi-millionaire, and then giving nothing in return, and that person is all with dumb. Seriously. So when you do something wrong, the result will always be wrong. Whether you like it, you don't like it. So the best way of doing this business is always be prepared. I know you all are prepared, but this is something the message should go from you to your team. Be prepared. It's like a soldier. They are always ready, and that's what make them superior than the rest of the population, you know. So it's a game plan. It's a game plan. Growth is a game plan. If you do it systematically the way it should be, the end result is bound to come. So toolkits are so much important. Never ever visit any individual if you're empty-handed. Carry your tools, carry your pen, carry your diary. The first reflection go is, I'm talking to a professional. The first thing goes is, I'm talking to a person who is very much serious about it. So it's all about psychology, you know, and literature, demo, all these things. This will make you understand things better, and it will also help you in doing the follow-up. Because if you give some literature to that person, you can go back the next day to collect it, and in the process, you can help him or her to make the correct decision after going through all the information they have gathered through the product manual or through the business presentation. And you yourself gave a presentation for 15 minutes, all combined together. This person will now feeling will come up that I'm talking to a serious person. So this person is capable of helping me out. And all literatures are available. All literatures are available. Okay. Even the product demo video you will also find in oxygentraining.in. Go there, watch, and do demonstration to make people aware of the fact that how effective the products are. Live, live. That will give your, as an individual, the impact you want to create in the market. Miracle Corner. Every house should have a corner displaying the product. It's a simple thing. Every house should have a corner displaying the product. Why? Because that particular product display that you will make of the 9 products you have will always create curiosity to any person visiting your home. Number one. Number two, it will reflect your professionalism. It will reflect your seriousness in the business. And a lot of time people say, you don't understand, 9 products I will keep. Then if somebody asks, I have to give, and again I have to purchase. You use the product, you give to your customer the product. What they do with the container? They will throw it off. So instead of doing that, you can go and collect it, follow up, human touch, ask them how they are feeling. And there are a lot of ways to collect. This is exactly what I did. This is exactly what I did. I didn't invest all the money in getting so many products at home, but I collected all this from a customer. And I always say, why I'm collecting from you? Because you are so special. Feel good fact. Acha, okay. Thank you, Raj. I never knew that I was so special for you. Of course, yes, you are. First of all, you believe me before using the product. That is number one. Number two, you use the product, you got the result, and you look so happy. And the person says, yes, I do. So what next? I want another. See, you are special. That's the reason you're giving me another order. I never said anything, but you made the decision. I'm so happy for you. You are the best man I have ever came across in this business. Simple. There are a lot of ways to convince a person that they are so special. Every individual is so special, it's not a strategy. It's the way it should be. I don't know what people they think a lot of strategy, play how to impress him. How can you impress a person when you yourself are not impressed? Understanding, right? So you first need to be in love with Oriens, its marketing plan, its product, the company, the manufacturing. Love it, take it inside. And then that energy you throw it upon to your customer or to your prospect. And in return, what you are creating your impact. So all that empty container, you make a corner with those container. You don't have to spend money to make that container. I mean, sorry, to make that corner. And if you also using the product, you after use, don't throw it, put it. And that is the magical corner from where the money will come, from where the PV will come, right? And display the product at your home with pride. Something like this. This is just a replica. So to give you an idea how this should be. And once you create that corner, a lot of questions will come. What are those products? Now you have an answer to give. Can I touch it? Of course you can. Make touch therapy is so much important. And that's the reason you should have the miracle corner. The moment you touch, you feel that this is yours. This is all about the energy and this and the human psychology. You go to a shop to purchase shirt, or you go to a shop to purchase any other thing, they will make you touch, and they don't mind if you're taking in one shirt, two shirt, three shirt. Okay, let me see, I want this color, and they love to show you. Why they do that? They could have put in I mean inside a showpiece, or inside a almirah, and they go, okay, which shirt do you want exactly? They will never do that. Why? Because this is how the business works. Everybody knows that the touch therapy works very strongly. So when the guests visit your home, they see this corner, they want to touch it. You make them touch, and they will say, okay, this is empty. Yes, this is empty. But if one I can give you, this is just to make people understand that we do have some magnificent product that will help you to have a better life. Not only through health, but also through wealth. So the next question will come that how come you have to create opportunities everywhere, right? You have to create it. You have to create it. This corner will prove your loyalty. Very true. It will prove your seriousness in the business, and it will increase your value in the market. And this exactly I'm repeating, I'm telling you, not verb. I not theoretical. Like I heard somewhere. No, I did it. I did it. And at point will come when you don't have to find customer. The customer will come finding you. Why? Because no, my friend and so, he told me about you. He gave the address. That go there, you will find something good to be with. And they came. And then products are the stepping stone to it. Of course, yes, because product carries PV. There's a common sense, right? And the PV you need to change your rank, to get a paycheck, and to make your dream come true. So have that miracle corner. Then after sharing, you share the product. What will you do? Normally people do, what? They forget, they just note down. After 30 days, I will go and query, or in between, I will do some follow. Why can't we do it instantly? The feel good factor. How to do that? After sharing the product with the customer, what you need to do? Add value added service. And how the value added service? That is follow up and of course it's follow up and follow through, but value added service is also you can share the posters. We already have 9 posters for the Sri Lankan market in oxygen training. You download all the posters, and whichever product they purchase, immediately you give that person. So as the person is carrying the product and he's moving out or she's moving out of your home, you send it via WhatsApp. Why? Feel good factor. The moment that person see, just now he or she told me about Detoxy One, all the benefits, how to use it, everything is there. He cares or she cares. That is exactly what they're carrying. And this is the experience they will go and share with the people they know. that I purchased from so many people or from so many shops, but today it's being a little bit of different experience. That person is a jam person, he explained or she explained everything, and then I purchased the product, but before I could leave the home, I got this post. So you are expanding your business. You are on the growth process, right? Of course, this product is not in Sri Lanka as of now, but we are already trying our level best to get these products, right? So this is exactly how you can do. And next, what will happen? It starts with a serious and positive conversations. People will always come with why this is not, a lot of people say there are a lot of negative. No, it's not. They are in so much of pain, in so much of struggle, in so much of failure, that went so deep inside that whenever they speak, these things come up. It's not their fault, it's the fault of the situation, of their awareness. But whatever they do, you are aware of what you're doing, so your impact will not be with them, but above them. Whatever they're saying, huh, I agree. This is exactly what I thought few years back. That means when you were in their level. But today everything changed in me because I got the awareness of understanding how to lead the life instead of life leading me. This is called impactful. And this is exactly where the growth happens. Stop unnecessary movement. The lot of leaders make this mistake. They travel 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, come back 6 hours, and showing plan for 1 hour, and they take themselves to be the most busiest man and most dedicated man. Sorry, you're wasting your time. Your travel time is not your productive time. So does that mean you will not travel? Of course you will. So how the business should work, this is your home. 1 kilometer radius, 2 kilometer radius, 3 kilometer radius, 4 kilometer. This is exactly the cycle you are growing. So when you're traveling, you're touching all these areas, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your productivity will more. Because if you travel 3 hours and come back 3 hours and 1 hour show, or 1 hour into the business, a plan show or product, this one, your productive time is only 1 hour. The 6 hours is not calculated for your growth. So planning should be such that even if I'm traveling, I should travel in that way that whatever is my traveling time, my productive time should be more than that. It's only then I can create some impactful result. I can see that growth that I literally want to see. So be calculative when you're moving. But that doesn't mean that you will not move, right? IBS should move from one place to other. They should always be on the moving. Move with home meeting. I always recommend people move with home meeting to home meeting, home meeting to home meeting, home meeting to home meeting. In one day, if you make 7 home meeting or 6 home meeting, there is 1 hour each, 6 hours. Your travel time is also 6 hours. It's a good business. But I also recommend that if in that case, your productive time should be a little bit more than your travel time, right? Then weekly plan should be in advance. So whatever, it's not tomorrow is the closing, the next closing, the next cycle, you should be planning tomorrow evening after the closing is over. And what should be the one-on-one meeting, home meeting, where what, OBM every Sunday or every Friday or whichever day or every Saturday. Decide it on advance. Where it will be. Every location you have a leader. Put. You need growth. They also need growth. This is exactly how things will get duplicated. Oxygen training, make it a must for the team. Why? Because they need growth. Why? Because you need growth. You have to make them understand. You have to make yourself first understand, and then your team understand that if we need growth, we need to do all these things. right? Focus and empowerment. A lot of people they say, why you are so much vocal? I'm vocal because I give the example of Sri Lanka. And to be honest, everywhere I go, I give the example of Sri Lanka. And why women empowerment? Because in the world direct selling industry, almost more than 79 to 80% are women. Can you imagine that? If I take the Indian statistics, it's 53% is women. They're always more. And that's the reason this industry is just giving exponential jump. And why so? What's specialty in them? They are not multi-talented, but they are multi-skilled. Polymath in nature. Polymath means multi-skilled, which men are not. And I don't feel ashamed to say that yes, I'm not. Because we have a certain, like, the gender has certain role to play. And that is also been nature. We cannot go against it, right? So first is what this happens. The discipline sets in, focus. They're very much focused, more than man, and this is what this research and the study have shown. And they are always welcome at any given place. If a woman come to a stranger home, knocking the door and asks for a glass of water, they are most welcome. But if a man do, they have to go through 4, 5, 6 questions: who you are, where you're from, what you do, where is your family, blah 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 blah. So smart work, woman empowerment. I hope you. This will definitely give you growth. This will definitely give you growth. Okay, and this is exactly the reason we have here. I'm just showing you the ambassadors and the diamond directors. We have a lot of gold directors, and I'm very much sure this year we will at least have 3, 4, 5, 6 GD from Sri Lanka. Rizana ma'am, if you're listening to me, I'm focusing on you. Next, you are going to break. I hope you will do that. Otherwise, people will not believe me. Okay. And yeah, daily, what you need to do. One on one, at least 15 minutes you can devote into this business on a daily basis. And if you say, I don't think so, rest is the history. Okay. And the home meeting on a consistent, because if you want something to grow, if you want to, bang upon, make that impression, make your brand, make that impact. One on one home, one on one, and duplicate that, and duplicate that. 100 people doing one-on-one and home meeting, your productive time in within 24 hours, it will be 100 hour, even if everybody give 1 hour to the business. That is exactly called the leverage of time, and that is exactly how people are making money. Okay. If you come across a person who says, I can't, even after joining the business, don't focus. You focus on the people who say, I can. Why? You don't have time. As simple as that. If I ask you, you can say how many years you have lived on this planet till now. That you know. This present moment, you know. How many time left? We don't. So where is the time? And that is the only reason why all the great people, they say, believe on the movement, on the moment, and do it now. Don't say, I will do it later, because you don't know. You don't know. Okay. This is something you must never, ever, never, ever do. Complain, condemn, and criticize. These are the things who do, who doesn't have a target to achieve. who are not aware of what they are doing, who doesn't, they want a lot of things, but they are not willing to put into action, that is living out of their comfort zone. They will have the condemn and complain and criticism factor taking along with them. Anything you give, they have a complaint. Anything you do, they have a complaint. You don't. Why? Because you want to grow. The growth doesn't understand these things. The growth doesn't understand condemn, complain, and criticism. These are all the unwanted things. If you are in the process of growth, and since you are, you must never ever come. I mean, the thought will come, but don't nurture it. Don't go deep inside the brain. Throw it off immediately. What the nonsense I'm thinking. A universal crown, he or she will never complain. A universal crown, he or she will never condemn. A universal crown, he or she will never criticize. And you are a universal crown. It's only the matter of time that today you might be in one diamond, you might be in two diamond, 3, 4, 5, 6, but sooner or later you are going there because you're heading towards that. You're heading towards that. Okay. Then finally, promote. Promote about the company, the product, the business. Promote your team. Such a beautiful, because your team, each and every individual, they are the uniqueness. They have the uniqueness. Why? Because first of all, they are all multiple sources of your income. It really doesn't matter one IB is doing 10 PB and one IB is doing 100 PB, but both 110 PB is coming into your account. So all person matters, bro. And then O2 system. Why? Because you want to make the business go smooth. You don't want like a very rough and tough process of doing the business. And the system is something that will scale you up to the level you want to be. And don't do this as a strategy. Do this as if you love to. That is important. A lot of people, they do it for strategy. Okay, I will say good about the company, I will say good about the product, I will say good about the business, a team and the system, and I will earn a lot of money. It will never work. It will always come from you. You need to build business based on emotion, but never ever allow your emotion to drive your car. That is, your emotion must not drive your life, but your emotion will be there to build a business. You should be in command of your life. It's only then things will, you will see.